Please welcome Sasha Farber and JENN TRAN.
Woo! So I first met Sasha Farber back when I was 17 years old in Australia.
Wow.
And Jen, well, I was first introduced to her when she starred on The Bachelor.
And together, they're one of the most talked about couples of the last season of Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, they were.
It's Cozy in the Closet.
Let's get cozy.
Well, let's do it then.
Here we are.
Here we
in the
are.
closet.
We're in the
In
closet.
the closet.
In the
Just
closet.
amongst our clothes and hats and things.
It's a good place to be. Where's the underwear drawer?
Why are you such
Those
a
Right
freak?
there.
Why are you such a freak?
Why would they put us right near the underwear drawer?
I mean,
And
So
the
we could
dirty
take some
and the
and
dirty
sell it.
and the dirty washing.
I mean, you can
Oh, perfect.
also, so this is my half. This is her half. It
Yes.
ends right here.
Wow.
Okay.
Half is down the middle.
Yep, I try
Evenly.
to throw
That's
all
nice.
her snuff, but it's definitely not even.
Oh, I
It's
mean,
more on my
even.
side than on hers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are underwear. You can check. Everything's
It's okay.
nice. And
I'll just take a
smells
couple and
delicious.
sell it on eBay later if that's okay with you guys.
Take some of the red ones. They go fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
lacy?
Red laces.
Mm.
Yep.
We have the same
Who
style.
still uses
didn't
eBay? It's
know.
more Amazon now.
How do you know?
You
red
can't
lace?
sell things on Amazon.
I
Yeah.
don't think I have any red laces. I think
I'll
I'm getting
give
out
you
of my
some of mine.
postpartum. Yeah,
I was about
right
to
now.
say, yeah.
Max is like, oh, those were the old
Oh,
days.
I remember
Red
those.
lace underwear.
Did you know? I'll break the ice with this. But
Oh,
did you know that early in our relationship, I think maybe
Oh,
like
God.
as soon as we just like officially started dating,
Mm.
Okay. Oh no.
Peter whipped out
What?
the like she tried to really go for it
Babe,
in Vegas, right? So she organized the
Peter,
trip to
I
Vegas
hate you so much.
in a night. And I swear to God, we never spoke about this. It's been 11 years.
Oh, God.
And
okay.
and she whipped out this like costume thing.
I mean,
Peter.
that was-
you know.
I was
Wow.
not ready for.
What
and
kind of a costume?
I
You
mean,
role playing?
She was a maid.
That's hot. That's pretty hot, Peter.
Bro, I was shocked. I was like,
I wasn't really a maid. It was just like those colors, you know.
oh,
It
she was
was
With
full
the
on
little
with the thing and the
stockings.
thing
Oh,
and the thing.
oh.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow,
full
Peter.
on.
Anyway.
Do you
I'll
still
never
have it?
forget. No, I'll
Okay.
never forget his face. You were so scared.
I was
Why are we talking about this?
Yeah.
I was shocked. It wasn't I was scared. I was shocked. I was like, damn, this is just
And that was when
Wow.
you knew she was the
Did
one.
you knock on the door like service?
Sash.
Housekeeping.
No, I just had the
Housekeeping.
Let me
stockings
housekeep
and
your
the
little-
garters, you know, the cute stuff. You know,
She had the
heels.
headgear.
Wow.
The headgear.
She had something
Wow.
around her
Headgear?
neck. She
Oh.
definitely had heels on. I mean, babe, come on.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm just
Let's-
saying. I
let's-
can't remember. I can't.
I wonder
believe
if your
I
mum's
literally
gonna
just-
listen to this.
Probably, possibly.
Hey, listen, 3 kids later,
She-
I think this is that age,
Oh,
right?
my gosh.
I
Fourth
hate you.
one on the way. Get the maid costume back out, Peter. Come on.
We just go down to what's the one on Ventura? There's a couple down there. We can get some costumes.
Do you want to tell them the other story and then we'll start?
There's
with them?
another one? Tell me.
Peter and I are
Right.
photographed on the CCTV at some point.
What?
1000% at like 2:30, 3:30 in the morning
Oh, this is good.
Where?
at Hustler on Sunset. Remember the old
The
location?
big
the
hustler,
old
the old
location.
hustler, yeah.
Mhm.
We're
What were you
picking
shooting?
things out. Dressed
Anyway,
to the
It
12th.
was,
We're coming
we were
out
very,
of the
very
event.
drunk. I don't know why we're
Oh
talking
my
about
God.
this again.
Twisted.
I love how you just offered up this information.
There you
We
go.
didn't even ask. It was
We
for
didn't
free.
ask.
This
I
is
feel like
great.
this is your way of just letting
Yeah,
people know
just
that
give us a
like,
tell-all.
hey
1000%.
guys, come on our podcast. We just want to hear about you. Peter dresses up.
Let me tell you about our.
I'm like, wait, the hell? What's going on?
I mean,
my
why do
God.
you think it's in the closet?
Okay.
So how about you?
So this is. Oh, do you have any stories you'd like to share?
I don't have any stories actually.
No.
I mean, I do, but you know,
Yeah.
I've known Peter a long time. I've known Peter a
Why,
very long
why don't
time.
you? Why don't
Let's
you?
hear it.
You know, speak
What?
about that.
Elaborate on that?
Elaborate on that for sure.
Let's
And
hear
I'll
it.
tell
he
you
was one
why
of my
you should.
first roommates.
Why you should elaborate on that? Because unbeknownst to this situation, I got in my DMs from one of her favorite dancers and Ukrainian dancer stars, Anna Karelina, right?
Oh, I
Who
love
is
her.
now
Yeah.
a member of Burn the Floor
Yeah.
Traveling Production, and she sent me a couple of clips from when I was on Broadway with you guys, and
Wow.
seeing the back. Oh my god!
What are
that
the
was
clips I want to see?
a couple of like these little
This was an insane
Oh.
show. on
Gilkinson
Broadway,
moves.
yeah.
But talk about that and talk about how you guys met, and maybe just elaborate on that. We'll go off of this.
I like
Well,
that.
we met when. Okay, so I was on a. Well, I was competing, and so was Peter.
Yeah.
And we kind of knew each other from the competition world, and then Peter joined the show that I was on,
Mm-hmm.
and then we would just. The rest was history because we would travel the world, Japan, all of Asia. We were in China.
Wow.
We did Australia. We did
Germany, London.
Germany was a lot of fun.
Germany was.
But again,
insane.
like when you're on
Yeah.
tour, you do the show, and then we were so young, we would just go out after and run amok in every city we were in.
So
And
the show was called Burn the Floor.
the show was
It was
called
the
Burn the
very,
Floor.
very, very first of its kind. I can attest to that because I was ballroom, through and through. And we've never had ballroom production reach that level.
Mm-hmm.
Our world never represented on that stage ever.
Wow.
And
Wow.
this was a collection of couples that were not just like, oh, well, you know what, they couldn't dance or couldn't compete, didn't really win much, blah, blah, blah. They're traveling on some boat shows. No, that wasn't it. This initially was a group of really high-end professionals who achieved things. And later on, it became what Dancing with the Stars is today. Dare I say? I mean, just, incredible movers, not necessarily ballroom trained to begin with, but that show was fantastic.
Well, it was some of the highlights of my life, definitely
Oh.
traveling and touring, because like
Mm-hmm.
I remember I came on to replace Danny.
So not our Danny from
Mm.
the show. This was
That Danny was
This-
still in juvenile,
that
just as in like
Danny-
age probably
Josh
11,
Keaton,
12.
Josh Keith's
Oh, wow.
ex.
They're talking
right?
about back
This
in the
is-
day, yeah.
Anyway, but Trent was your good friend back then, right?
Mhm.
And so I came on to dance with Trent Whidden. And then, yeah.
I mean,
we
Peter
did-
wasn't very. I remember when Peter
What?
first came to the show, we were all taught about mics and talking and interviews. And Peter's first interview was
Oh,
what did you say? Hello, my name is Murgatroyd Peter. Or
I said, they
just-
said,
you
tell
went
us
backwards.
we were in Japan, and it was like a big panel. And when we go to Japan, it was like we were rock stars, and I had never experienced that before. The
crazy.
Japanese
I signed a baby's head.
Oh my
loved
God.
us. We would sign They
Wow.
would line up for hours to see us.
What
chase
year is
our
that?
tour
Give
bus
me a year.
Yeah.
down the street.
2000 maybe and 11 because it was after Broadway. 2009.
No, it was like Japan.
Yeah.
It would have been before.
We
No,
went
because
to.
we did a Japan tour after because
Oh,
of the,
I didn't do that tour.
Oh no.
But the Japans before were like 2006, 2007.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
that's
I
the
was
same
like in
time as
kindergarten.
Dancing with the Stars just coming to US, and it's like unknown and all that. And then I remember what happened is that we started Dancing with the Stars. It took off with foundation of US dancers and people that are here. And then this show comes to town. I get a call to be part of the production. This is separate
Of
story,
Burn
you
the
know,
Floor
of
or
Burn the
Dancing with
Floor,
Stars? Oh.
of Burn the Floor.
He was already on Dancing
This
Stars.
is this is when Peter
Oh.
hated me because I took up too much space. This is when I saw Sash do, I mean, till this day, probably like 4 shows worth in one. It was crazy.
We did
this is
so
also-
much dancing. in
This
one
was
show.
also the show that was
Wow.
reviewed by New York Times, I remember, and the review they called it shouldn't be called Burn the Floor, it should be called Burn the Calories. The show was so
Wow.
high paced, it was crazy.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
Peter and I were the only ones that were called out by name.
And then
Remember that?
Oh,
Really?
in
In the New York Times.
in the New York Times, yeah.
That's
That's right.
nice.
That's right. And
I
then
think we were the best. Don't you think, Sash?
We were.
We were the best.
How long was the show for? Like, was it a
It's a
2-hour show?
2-hour.
It was. It's a 2-hour show, but there's no it was just
No
dancing and
intermission.
singing.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's no acting. I mean,
Wow.
and we were there for 3 months originally.
Mm-hmm.
For 3 months originally, and then it got extended for 9. And the build up, Max wasn't there for the build up, the making of it to get it to Broadway.
thank
He
God.
just came in, did a couple of numbers, and see you later.
Hey.
The build up for that was
Insane.
9 till 10, 9 till
Wow.
11. The choreographer at one point had a heart attack.
Oh no.
He sat down and had a heart attack because he was so
Oh.
It
stressed.
was just so much to go
Yeah.
into because we were the
Wow.
first ballroom show to be on Broadway.
Yep.
That is
There-
incredible.
There were attempts,
It was.
but
It was insane.
there was never that much success in terms of we are part of it. You know, part of Broadway fabric.
Mhm.
There were a show that belonged, that looked amazing on that stage. It was
Well,
fantastic.
kudos to Jason, the choreographer, because
Mm.
he put together insane numbers that like really
Mhm.
captivated people. And honestly, it just looked like so much work when you were up there. They're just like, oh my gosh, like Magdalena. We would be laughing half the time anyway. But
You just contradicted. It's so much hard work. We would
yeah.
be laughing.
I
No, we would be laughing backstage.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Right.
Like the thing is, like on Broadway, you couldn't like do it half-hearted. Even like, and Jason was in the audience every night with a notebook, paper, and then next
every
morning
night
notes,
giving notes.
Wow.
notes
And
every
it wa-
day.
and it wasn't just peaceful notes. It was like active notes. And now we're gonna run this number
Oh, God.
4 times nonstop, super high octane, and then he demanded
That
a
sounds
lot.
like so much fun to me.
And
Like I want to go on. Give
you
me
would
on.
die. But we used to have shared gender quick changes backstage.
Oh, he'd
so
love
you
that.
You had your name, you had your seat.
I mean, you could just say we
And-
changed guys and girls in the
Sorry,
same
I-
room.
yeah.
Shared gender.
I don't-
Is
Yeah.
that what we're doing
I didn't
now?
mean to say it like that. But
No, I get the point.
It was one dressing room.
literally
Yes.
it
on
was
one side, one on the other. These
Wow.
are boys,
It's
these are
insane.
girls. Just don't look. What was the? What's
Everybody
the?
was
I'm sure
looking-
everybody was
everybody
looking.
was-
No,
What
but
is the
everyone-
complaint
it's,
in that
It's not
sense?
about everyone was looking. It's just we
So you've
grew
seen
up-
him naked.
We grew up with
No,
that.
only undies. The men would walk around in undies. No,
But girls, yes.
But girls.
naked.
I
But
mean,
we're
boobs
used
out,
to it. We were
getting the
never
next
brought up
costume.
with like
Wow.
separate dressing rooms. It was always like,
Hmm.
right? I mean, every show that I'm on, it's
quick
like
change,
we change
no,
quick,
'cause there
go,
was
see you
no-
later.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Oh, I love that. So you've seen Peter's boobs.
This
he has actually.
is what we get out of
Nice.
this.
To the to the point where there was this one guy. I'm not naming names.
Uh-oh.
I would be in a corner in my little G-string, and I'd just sit there and just try to change like this, like try to like cover myself, and he would be like this,
No.
like it was.
So for the guys
Oh,
wearing our underwear and socks and
gosh.
dance shoes, that's like that's
Right.
not a pretty sight because like usually we're changing pants or a shirt,
Yeah.
but you're not gonna take the shoes and socks off. So you're walking around just in your underwear and like high socks and like Latin shoes. There's nothing sexy about that.
Oh,
or you're
honey.
sitting sweating and you want
Yeah.
to take as much clothes as you want. There's
Oh.
nothing sexy about that. But the girls
It's
also
not.
have quick changes, and all they're in is just like a G-string. So the guy that Peter's talking about.
I wrote a note and I put it on the mirror, and I was like,
did you say?
"Stop looking at private parts."
Oh my god.
To the man, I wrote something like that. I
Oh
was
my
You
God,
should have
that-
just
that was
called
your
him
note.
out.
That was mine. I was
Because-
so fed
because
up. I was so uncomfortable.
I
You
with
should have
the
just
thing.
called him out.
I was not.
Mm.
I was on the other side of the changing room when I was a part of that, and Peter was on the other side. So yeah, but I did see the note, and I was like, how cute of this production.
How
to
cute.
Tell everybody, hey, just be respectful. Meanwhile, it's Peter, be like, stop looking
Oh.
But she also wrote stop and then like two like eyes and like
Did
it
I?
looks like boobs.
Oh my god.
Stop
Oh my
looking at
god.
Is that
Do
the
you have a
topics?
list of questions?
We do have
Oh,
some. We
you guys
finally
are
wrote
so
some.
official.
Wow.
We hadn't got them. this
2 hours
morning.
ago, an hour ago, Pete's like, "Oh, we don't have any questions."
No, literally, we didn't. And then I was like, no, I'm gonna just like type in
Oh,
a
I
few.
like this.
Yeah.
Congrats on Dancing with the Stars,
Thank you. Thank you.
you little champions.
I mean,
Oh,
first
you're
of all,
so
congrats
sweet.
on a lot of things,
Yeah.
you personally, and
Oh,
getting
yeah.
here by virtue of a lot of congratulations. I mean,
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean,
I mean, your life is
crazy.
turned upside down.
A little bit. Definitely with this one. Yeah. It's been not good. No, I'm kidding.
well, I'm saying like just again, elaborate on that as well. Like
I know.
you woke up one day, you got a call, metaphorically speaking, and then it was since then because people don't realize that. You shot, then you waited, then you got on this, then you this. It's a long period of time.
Yeah. I mean, a year ago, I was in physician assistant school. I mean, I'm still studying, but I took a break. But I was like very, very normal girl life, very private. Was making TikToks about PA school. Somebody, casting producer, found me, wanted me on The Bachelor. I thought Joey was hot. I was like, okay, I'll go on The Bachelor. Didn't work out. Then became The Bachelorette. Then that didn't work out. Then went on
Wait,
Dancing
but
with the Stars.
were you hesitant to say yes to those things?
Absolutely.
Or
I
was
mean,
that-
Wait,
I-
rewind. You said Joey's hot?
I thought
Joey's
he
a
was
good
hot. He's a good
Joey's a
looking
good looking
guy.
bloke. He's a good looking kid.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good looking kid.
Yeah.
Yes, I was very hesitant because I think growing up with immigrant parents and being Asian, my family has always been very linear in terms of success, and that was like PA school for the longest time, for me at least. And like,
Right.
I think for
I
my
mean, it's
mom,
the same for us, doctor,
Yeah.
lawyer, and those are your options.
Exactly, exactly. So when I told my mom I was gonna go and like explore reality TV, that wasn't like the best thing for her to hear, and also for me, like I'm a very practical, logical person. So I was like, if I'm gonna go and do this, I have to make sure that I can go back to my degree and like finish it because it's something that I'm passionate about. So yeah, it was definitely like a decision that I needed to make like strategically instead of just like saying yes to whatever came my way. So it was every step of the way I had to make sure school was still going to be there
Right.
because it just made sense for me.
Understood.
Yeah,
And then,
Yeah.
then your bachelorette,
Bachelorette.
and then your dancer son. Now we know his perspective of like
Yeah,
roller coaster
Yeah.
because they're
But
so
I do want
tight.
him to say that again too, about
yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was
How-
jumping up and down the house. I just gotta say, like, Sasha got it. Oh, I just
Wait,
jumped
when
around,
did you
like,
call
what?
them?
It's like in the
well,
17th hour.
how tell that
Yeah.
how did you meet Jen? Like the first time, where did you see her, and how did that all happen with getting back
I
on dancing?
saw Jen running through
I
the
don't
airport.
remember you.
She didn't see
seeing
me.
Well,
Yeah,
because
I
I
was
was focused on
Yeah,
running.
she was running.
I was running
That's
through
what she
the
was
airport.
running.
I think like her team or someone that was with
Brett,
her.
my publicist, was
Um,
with me.
And I was at the counter trying to bull my way through to get a seat.
I'm still confused how you got through security without a ticket, to be honest.
You didn't
Yeah.
need it. You didn't need it. You don't need a ticket. You just need your ID. And they were fans of the show. And I was like sweating. And they're like, "Hey, we love you." I'm like, "I need to get through, please."
Okay, because my publicist was
signing.
trying to get through security with me because I was carrying this big bag of clothes for press.
I mean, it's for
they
ticketed
wouldn't let
passengers
him.
only. There's signs
Yeah.
everywhere. How did you?
I got through. Fans of the show.
Burbank's
Son of a-
airport better check their security.
Wait,
Yeah.
oh, it's Burbank Airport? Oh, yeah. No,
Wow.
Burbank is the best.
I was on the phone trying to get a seat, and then I had to put my phone through the thing, and I was talking to Lauren, the publicist, and she's talking me through about tickets and this and that, and I was like, "Hang on one sec." I'd put my thing in, it would go through the belt, I'd stand there,
Oh my
Dance
god.
out. grab my thing, and then they're like, "Find the gate and speak to someone there about getting a seat. Here's the confirmation. You don't have a seat yet, but just give them a confirmation."
So you didn't have a seat yet.
I had a
but you
confirmation, but
rocked
no
up
seat.
there.
But I also rocked up 30
Oh,
minutes
okay.
before,
You got through that early?
30 minutes after the flight was
Oh.
boarding, and they're like, "We
I was
can't
gonna
even
say.
check if
Oh.
for your seat." And I was like, "You need to check."
Oh.
You ran past, and I was like,
Did you know it was me?
That's her.
Yeah.
You knew it was me.
"Yeah."
So this is already.
Oh.
Wait, this is when you were like, yo, you got to get to the airport and go get me.
This
there
is, yeah, I'm
immediately.
already at the airport. I
And
was
so you both were in the airport. You guys just didn't say hi.
well, I didn't know her.
I didn't know
wait,
you.
you
Didn't know
didn't-
each other. Dina
You-
had
so
I
you
didn't
saw
know
her
who my
run,
partner
but didn't
was.
know.
But I knew it was Jen, and I was like, "That's my partner." But I had no time to be like, "Hey, Jen," because I was dealing with the lady at the
Or
Or
front.
Right.
maybe they
Together
did
play.
tell me you were going to be our partner, but I was just like, who's Sasha?
Like, I
You
don't
knew
care,
who
I
my
just wanna
partner was. You
dance.
told me. You were like,
No, honey. I
Were
didn't
you
know
on
who
the same
were.
plane?
you turned me around and
Obviously.
said hi.
Yes, because, okay, for my perspective, I'm crying on stage, ran off of stage, got into my dressing room. Producers were in there, and they were like, "You're going to be on Dancing with the Stars. You have 45 minutes to hop on a flight." I'm like, is this a prank? This doesn't really seem real. It doesn't seem like this is how this happens. And I had already hopped on a call with Dina 2 weeks ago, and then she was like, "No, there's no room for you." So I had thought it was never going to happen. So, 45 minutes get on a flight. I grab my purse, a
Wait,
dress.
so you told
no
as you
toothbrush,
walk
nothing.
out, tears wiping
Yes.
off. Oh,
Yes.
by the way, you'll be on Dancing with
Yes.
Stars. Wait, what?
Rob
Yes.
Mills, no?
Yes, Rob
Now
Mills
now it's
hugging me, being
serious.
like, "So sorry, honey. By the way, you have 45 minutes. You're gonna be on Dancing with the Stars." I was like,
It's amazing.
well, it was like
And then-
What a
emotional
story.
whiplash.
There you
Emotional whiplash. Crazy. Didn't even have a toothbrush. Nothing. I'm in the car, And then I get to the airport, running through security with like a garment bag in my purse. I sit down. I'm physically sweating and like confused, like just confused. Thank God made it in time. But I'm sitting down. I'm getting texts from everybody, Dina, Rob, whatever. And then they're like, "Oh, you should find Sasha. He's at the airport." I had to Google you. I was like, who the is Sasha?
Now, when you Googled him, did you think
Let me tell
he
you.
was hot?
Um,
Were you like,
Why are you
damn,
putting
that's
them-
my
Why
part?
are you, regardless of the
Peter, we
fact,
had this
why-
conversation before this podcast started.
I'm just asking whether you
yeah,
were,
totally cool.
you know.
Nice abs, you know.
Yeah.
Well, the first picture that pops up is, of course, you shirtless. It's, like, no pictures on Google had you with a shirt
I
on.
would love to see
Tell me
one
why.
with the shirt.
And then, of course, when I turn you around at the airport counter, shirtless.
Bam. She's like,
So
Sweating.
there was
Sweating.
one button buttoned all the way at the
Oh
bottom.
my God.
it's not a
I
At the airport, honey.
was sweating.
Was that even a shirt? Or was it one of those cardigan shirt?
No, it was
Deep
like a
V.
t-shirt. Like he just like got to Hawaii. Like
Deep
it was
V.
like floral. I don't know what it was.
Floral.
One button on the bottom.
Oh my God.
One button, honey.
One button. You were practically shirtless at the airport.
I
Of
had
course.
45 minutes to pack a suit, get to the
I didn't even
airport.
get to pack. I didn't have a toothbrush. Crazy.
What was the first conversation you guys had like? Like when it was already like, okay, this is it, and you know.
Did you sit together on the plane?
No, because it
No.
was so last minute.
Yeah. He
God,
tried
that
to
would
talk
have been
to
a
me
little
on the plane.
awkward too,
Who,
right?
who was
Yeah.
in the
A little
economy?
bit.
I came.
We were all in
We
economy.
were all in economy.
I was in the middle
That's-
seat.
I was in the middle
That's
seat,
why I
like near the
realized-
bathroom.
You
Yeah.
you begging for a seat outside, so like
Yeah.
clearly it's not a first class situation.
No,
No.
it wasn't first class, and
Mm.
I came up to try to talk to her, but the lady in front was trying to sleep. And
She
like
was
we're
so
like we're
angry
both
at
so
us.
excited, and we're like blah blah blah. I'm like, can you dance? She's like, well.
Oh.
And then this
And on
woman-
that note, she went to her seat
Yeah.
and left you with it for 5 hours.
no, I was standing.
Yeah, you
I
were
went to her.
standing. You came to me. I was busy on social media. I was like, get this guy away from me. Because at that point, it was the Bachelorette finale. There was so much going on online. I didn't sleep at all that flight. It was 5 hours. I didn't sleep a wink. And then we went straight to Good Morning America.
Ran to Good Morning
really
America.
quick,
Yeah.
like that process, because I, you
Mhm.
know, we are in the same boat, you know, with meeting people. Even if you know you're going to be on the show, it's still last second with who you have.
Hmm.
And then I met a couple of people on GMA. I wouldn't have known before GMA, something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
Oh.
But after I've had, and you guys may have a different feeling, but I would meet somebody, but that GMA kind of like when we were all flying to New York the same way you guys had, that was the moment after which you come out as a couple. Like now it's official, and also kind of like there's camaraderie building. You already walk away. You kind of know what your relationship is going to be like. And
Yeah.
this isn't about romance or not,
Yeah.
but like, did you know at that point, like, I'm gonna have a blast season? And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we even like talked. We were
Mhm.
laughing in the limo on the way there.
Mm-hmm.
Even after Good Morning America, like that car
You
ride,
wouldn't
45
stop calling
minutes.
me after Good Morning America. Every time I picked up my
Sash.
phone, Sasha, I'm like, what are you
You
calling
were right
me
next
for?
to me. Why would I call you?
checking reception,
Yeah.
checking reception.
Yeah.
No, like you were calling me constantly.
No, but like literally the ride there, it felt like I've known her for a long time.
I remember you saying that to me
Mhm.
because I
Yeah.
asked him. I was like, "So, what's she like?" And
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like, "It's like I've known her for years." That's
It was
cool.
easy conversation, easy
Definitely.
banter. It was nice.
That's
It's
cool.
definitely good.
And then what was that like? The first impression as in a dance studio. Okay,
Mhm.
so now all of this stuff is cute. You know, the movie aside, the work has to begin, right? So what is that like?
I was like, damn, this man is very touchy. You were very touchy.
That's dancing, Jen.
Well, that's what I mean.
we-
It was just dancing, but for me, I'm not a very
You
touchy
just came off a
person.
show
Yeah.
where
Making out with people and touching people are different things.
There you go. Sasha,
Different
Oh.
things.
what are you
Really?
talking about?
Well,
Come on now.
making
Making
out
out
with people you're dating and touching the person you're dancing with, different.
yeah, but how
I-
quick would you make out with someone? Like how long
Not
would
that
you know?
quick. I
him?
waited at least until the second time we talked.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a whole thing on The Bachelorette. It was the first Bachelorette not to only kiss one guy on the first night.
Okay.
I was a good girl.
That was good.
I was a very good girl.
That's good.
Yeah, you should watch the season. It's great.
Why would I watch when I have you right in front of me?
No, it's like it could be really good entertainment. All of us. We should
Little
just all
insight.
watch. Yeah.
Nice little plug there.
No, I'm not plugging the Bachelor.
I mean,
but dances are. It's funny because people coming in.
Yes.
Obviously, most of them have zero dance experience in this industry. It's very awkward, very hard, especially for some of the wives also that have to sit back and have the pro girls dance with their husbands, and we feel that too because but that is my job, to have to sort of climb all over you at some point and get in your face and do a rumba with you and have you stroke my hair type of thing.
Peter knows. I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh, but that's right, because she had a.
I've had several
bachelors.
Oh, really?
With their spouses sitting.
Oh,
and
no.
all of that. I'm saying in terms of not
no,
just
Nick Vial's spouse
The
at
Bachelor.
the time,
Yeah.
she was amazing. Vanessa.
Oh.
She was the coolest, I have to say. I thought that was going to be an issue, but it was not. She was the coolest.
Good.
Yeah. Next season was fun. But yeah, no, it is a thing because, and you guys don't expect
Nobody
us.
warns
Right.
you.
Nobody
Nobody
warns
tells
you.
you. Oh, this person's gonna get in your face and touch you here and touch you there, but it's okay. I mean, and it was okay because it's dancing. But I think for me, someone who's never danced before, you kept being like, "Get in my face," and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It was a lot
Intimidating.
to adjust to, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
no, I think that's what makes this show so special. It's such a unique show. Ballroom dancing in itself is, there's no TV show that has ballroom dancing.
Mm-hmm.
So to get to see someone learn ballroom dancing through the whole movement, you're telling a story with no words.
Oh, every time you're like, "Oh, babe, imagine this," I'm like, "Please shut up."
That's rehearsals. That's rehearsals.
But that's the
See,
process.
partner her with anyone else and it would have been a disaster. Please shut up. Sorry.
Sorry, what was that?
He's
Sorry,
like,
what was
"Babe,
that?"
imagine a man and a woman fighting for." I'm like, "Please, enough. Just teach me the move."
What's your process? What would you now? When it's over, you're like, okay, if this was this way, we would have definitely made semifinals, Sash.
I don't know. I mean, I think our process was great the way it was. I think the way things happened was just the natural course of things. I mean, if anything, I should have taken, if I had known earlier, I would have taken dance lessons and maybe we could have gotten better scores.
There you go. I mean, that's a universal takeaway.
No, but you know what I also loved? She came out, she really grew as a dancer on the show. She's
Right.
never danced before.
Yeah.
And coming out,
It's fun.
looking like a dancer. I feel like the judges looked at her like, oh, she's a dancer.
100%.
And she's had dance experience. And it's a shame,
Really? So you felt like they were critical on the set? Not critical, but I'm saying you felt like she came in with looking like
she had done something.
she had
Right.
done something,
You
and
think?
and that
body-wise and physically,
Hindered.
absolutely. But when we would start dancing, it was a process. But the thing is, with you, the process was a lot quicker than some. You
understood.
you understood
Like it clicked.
specific things, and then specific things you didn't. And those things okay, no, cut and paste, we move. There wasn't a thing where I would be like, okay, you're going to go out. The week one, again, this is me too. I saw Jen and I was like, she's definitely danced before. Week one, cha-cha,
Oh my God.
choreography. I'm like,
man.
okay,
You
we
packed
need.
it on. that
I'm
first
like, okay,
rehearsal.
I overjudged that.
I was like, what?
Let's change things up. Let's simplify. Also, we only had a week compared to
Yeah.
everyone
That's
else.
true. That's
Yeah.
really true.
And I wanted her to come out and kick it and shine and
Yeah, I think you understood by the end of it that I just need time.
a process.
Yes, whereas I think in the beginning you would give me something and I wouldn't get it and then you'd change it, which frustrated me because I know myself and I know that I just need a little bit of extra practice to get there, which we eventually got to because remember you took out that one little spin for an hour and then we took it back in and I was like, we're gonna get it, and then we did it amazing in the show. See, just takes some time to for things to sink in.
I also think there's a thing we've been on the show for so many years. We know what will work, and there's a lot of things that will
course.
work, but they'll work in 2 weeks
Of course.
or
of
2.5
course.
weeks, and it's
Yeah.
you
Right.
don't have that time. So you're like, I love
You
this.
try to
and,
push it.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing
I'll
with
give you
like the
that.
celebrities, they think, oh, it's me. It's me. Like, oh, no, let me do it. And it's like, no, it's not you. It's just there's a time crunch and there's going to be something better that I can give you that you're going to look better as opposed to working all our time on one little thing that could not work.
Right.
So it's
That's
finding
true.
those little pathways
Yeah.
to make sure
Oh
you
my
look
god, I would
amazing.
get so stressed out taking things out. I'm like, no, this is what I thought of. Please don't make me think of anything else. Just
But that's
do
the
it.
but that's the thing. Like you would get, like
Yeah.
people get upset. It's like, oh, I'm gonna change that. Not meaning like you, but you're like, let me do it. Come on, blah blah. And it's-
Because sometimes I just need you to let me do it. And then it worked out perfectly sometimes. And then sometimes you
It's-
were right and we shouldn't have done it. So there was a lot of like, I was right, you were right moments, for sure.
I love it. Well, one thing that I
Yes.
yes.
Casa
I'm
Doble
gonna-
week, the knee spin, you almost took that out. It was amazing.
I was just about to say the knee walks.
The knee walks were.
walks. You that was
were
your
probably
idea.
the
We'll take
highlight
that
of
credit.
your
was really
season
great.
for me.
Yeah.
It was like a moment where I was like,
It was cool.
she
was-
is doing what across the floor?
I mean,
Like,
that was
girls don't do that.
girls don't
Like,
do
we
that.
don't do
that.
Most
You know.
guys don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Really?
And she,
No,
you know what?
it's
She's
so
like,
liked it.
tough.
because there was a process of, okay, so she was wearing knee pads.
Right.
How do we hide these knee pads?
Yeah.
Then
Oh.
I was like, okay, because it's like heavy metal, let's put her in like these black
Yeah.
tights. It was going to be like black tights and the open dress. Then we were going to put the knee pads underneath.
Uh-huh.
Then Daniela, I was like, I told the wardrobe lady, who's amazing, and she's like, just here they are, try them, the tights.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, I was like, there's so much more to teach her than just the knee walks.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't even close to like, so I was working on the dance, day before camera block.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I forgot, babe. Can you try these on, like, just to
I
make
almost did it.
And
I was
Danielle,
like,
yeah,
no,
and
it's
Daniela
fine.
was like, have you tried them? I was like, no, why? She's like, well, just you should. I was like, all right.
And you were like, bam.
So she
That
tried
is-
them on, and they're a different material.
It
was
than what we've been
thick.
practicing for.
So she would go
Yeah.
vroom, and I would go vroom, and it just wouldn't
just
go. She
didn't
would fall,
work.
and I'm like,
No.
Day
On the
before camera
day-
blocking.
yeah,
Oh
we
my
tried
God.
everything.
Oh my-
everything.
You're
that's
freaking
that's
out.
Saturday.
That
That's
was
an awful
Saturday.
feeling.
So Sunday.
Sunday.
If you had
Cameras-
camera blocking
yeah.
on Monday.
And then I was like, okay, what's plan B? So then we tried, and we figured out the stockings
Oh yeah, we
And
did
we
like
could hide them fishnets
yeah,
in
yeah.
there, and it almost was like, that's when I was like, we have to like
We almost
have
changed
to
the whole
plan B,
routine,
plan
yeah.
not the whole routine, just the
Well,
beginning.
Yeah.
I see, dramatic effect.
Well-
we nearly changed the
Well,
whole
well, then
routine.
the knee
I love how you
walks
say
didn't
we,
work.
we, yeah,
It's
babe,
a creative
we,
collaborative
Yeah, we.
process, yeah?
we.
I had
Collaborative
some
process.
creativity
Meanwhile, I'm
in it.
stressing balls, and she's like, no, I think it would work, and I'm like, there is no possible chance of this working.
No, we almost took the knee walks out too because
No.
the knee walk. Yes.
Knee walks weren't going anywhere.
No, with the tights, I'm saying.
You were gonna. Oh, that's where I was going. She was gonna say, I'm not gonna wear knee pads, and I'm like, impossible.
Yes.
It's gonna kill you. She's
Oh,
like,
I
I'm
would
gonna
die.
do it.
Yeah, just
I was
muscle,
like, okay.
muscle
I would
one out,
die.
and we'll go
5
straight to
seconds.
never
that's
doing this
it.
again.
Nothing.
No way,
Let 'em
babe.
go.
No
It's
way.
easy for the men because we have pants and we could do it. But you were gonna be.
Yeah.
That was
Bruised
never
up.
gonna happen. You would have done one
I've
and done.
never seen you so impressed that I could knee walk before.
We're all impressed.
We were all.
Everybody's. We're impressed. It's
Crazy.
not a thing you just like pull off and oh yeah.
Well, that's the problem. Like.
Oh.
Now a couple of drinks in, she's like, "See you later." Boom, 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 boom. I was like, "Babe, slow down." She's on concrete, like, "What's this?"
You're like, no. So, what was your favorite
God.
dance?
I love the contemporary at the end.
It was
I
good.
love,
That was
I really
a good
love
one.
the contemporary.
That was Halloween week. You got out,
Halloween
right?
was good. I have a sore spot for that one because we got eliminated with it.
What was that? What did you feel like? What does that feel like to you? And then yeah, like it's both your favorite routine and they
They
let
axed you.
they let
I
you
know.
go.
It was we got a 10 and we won the dance off.
Oh, that's how you
So-
know.
so-
That's how you know it's all downhill after that.
Well, I had a feeling we were going to win the dance off. But
I think for me that was the best dance we've ever done. Like together, like no mistakes, like everything was perfect. What are you laughing?
No, I remember.
smiling
No, I remember the
about?
story.
Oh, what?
Well,
the kippa?
yeah.
The what?
So we
The
have this
kippa.
step. We have this step where she lies on the floor and she kips up. And I was like, she does like a little. I call it a frog jump. And in rehearsals, like we would do it, and her left leg would just go. Because I mean, again, I'm like, do it, and it took time to do it, but it's not like
Listen to
she's
me
ever
here.
done one.
Listen
If
to
you-
me here. It's partner work, okay? I'm new to this dancing world, but partner work means that you have to go in sync with your partner too and read your partner. So he tells me, he goes, I can read you well. It's fine. Just
No.
just
Back to
go
rehearsal.
and-
No.
I know, but I'm just saying, you're telling me you can read me well. Just go and do it. Like, I'll pull you up when it's the right time. Every time you were pulling me up and my leg went to the left, it was because you were pulling me up too early.
There you go.
And
There
I
you
wasn't
go.
ready to be pulled
You
up.
No.
So then,
you know.
hence, the leg went the other way.
Oh my
Baby,
God,
if
love
I was
this.
pulling you up too early, you wouldn't go up.
I did it.
The
my
leg
went
going to the left. Why would your leg go to the left?
You think I want
she
my
would go
leg to
boom.
go?
I'm
you
like,
think I want my leg to
So
Well, that's-
she was meant to do the double leg up,
Yes,
like.
but
it would
the
go
but the
like-
leg would go the other way.
That
Yeah.
is so funny. I've
But
never
the
seen
thing
that.
is, she's never done that. That's a hard step,
I-
right?
I mean,
It's
that's
very
like,
hard
that,
step.
you just described
So
something,
we got to the camera blocking, dress run. We do an amazing one. She kills it. She gets confident. I get confident because she killed it. I'm like, she got air. She goes, Sasha, I'm gonna try something different. I was just so excited about like how well that went. I was like,
babe,
yeah.
I'm gonna do it even better.
She goes, I'm gonna like
I'm gonna
really
really-
wind up. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
But you had told me in rehearsal, I'm gonna read you when you're ready. Don't worry. So
Yeah,
I
because-
fully had
yeah.
trust in you.
Yeah.
Tell them
Oh
what
my
happened.
God, is this on show night?
Tell them what
No.
happened.
Show night, she smashed it.
Okay.
Tell them what happened.
She, again, she's never danced, so she doesn't understand the concept of like.
Excuse me.
She's
No, she doesn't get the concept of.
trying to lay
It's
it
a
out.
hard step, you know.
I understand the concept.
She go-
it's
she
physics,
goes-
babe. You go when the torque is right.
The talk.
No, torque. It's
torque,
a physics
the
term.
torque, yes.
I'm a very scientific person. I know when you're supposed to go at the right angle, honey.
Oh yeah.
You seem to forget.
So
It's geometry, Sasha. Come
So-
yeah.
so, she, or obviously in this effect, we have music and timing, right?
Yes,
When was this? Camera
So-
blocking?
This was dress run.
Just
She
yeah.
leans.
God.
She goes back. I'm like, here we go. I'm holding her leg.
I was taking my
She
time.
goes back, right?
Taking my
and
sweet time. Waiting for my partner to know
waiting.
the
Oh,
right
no.
moment to
Babe,
go up.
you know, like she could have. It was like she almost was there for 4
You're being
counts.
dramatic. I was not there for 4 counts.
She.
I'm just
No,
imagining the
yes.
preset.
Legs back.
No,
like,
she
"Okay,
went.
Betty, are you doing it?
There's a point where like if you go too far back, there's
No.
no way you're gonna get
You
up.
have to wait for me to go back, though.
Yes, she went back. I'm like, okay, she's come
You-
on, let's go,
you
let's
need
go,
to
let's
just-
go. It looks like she was giving birth, and I'm like, I gotta pull her up, and like
No,
she went.
that's how you hurt me.
Oh,
you were
wait.
supposed to wait until
I
I
was
ready.
waiting.
The music.
What
the
happened
counts,
next? What
just
happened
wait.
next?
Oh,
What
it
happened
It
next?
just
It's nothing.
Wait, I'm just imagining you.
Yes,
Like this.
yes.
Yeah.
But
And
imagine,
here's right
imagine
here.
this,
Come on,
right?
baby.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that,
Yeah,
and then her in her mind going, "I'm gonna go right back." Right? Past the point of I need to use my like, and I'm like just looking, and I'm like, and then she moved her legs. I was like, I'm gonna work with what I can.
You panicked.
What was your?
And what
Have
happened?
you done any movement before this? I'm not saying dance, but
Dancing?
like I mean anything,
Nothing.
like track and field,
Basketball,
like, you throw-
basketball, lacrosse.
Basketball.
I played lacrosse in college.
What'd you play basketball?
I was a little shooter guard.
Okay. Okay.
Like
I
actually?
never knew that.
I mean, I wasn't very good, but like I was on the
I
team
mean, we're talking
That's
about
cool.
ages of what?
through middle school and high school.
She hoops.
Have
I
you
like
seen?
it.
Damn.
I like it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I do, but you haven't seen.
I could say, but judging, looking at you, I'm like, she can hoop.
Taken,
enough.
I would look at you and be
And
like,
not think
hooping
that.
is probably furthest
No.
from what I
Yeah.
would think.
No,
But
it was fun. My brother got me into it. It's
what a
great.
surprise.
Yeah.
Well, we should go play some hoop one
We
day.
should go definitely play some
He
hoop.
loves to play.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you
Let's
play
do it.
horse?
Yes.
What's
Do-
horse?
It's like if you shoot, the other
Place.
person shoots.
Okay.
She
Then
passed.
if
she
you get
passed.
it wrong,
she
you
passed.
get
she
an
said
H.
she said she was a shooting
A
guard.
O-R-S-E.
Sorry, what was
spell.
It's amazing.
Oh.
But this is nothing. This you weren't ready for this. You weren't prepped. You-
No.
And the fact
I
that
wish
you
I
said,
no. I'm telling you, I wish I was. I wish I had known earlier because I think if I had gone to a couple of dance lessons or whatever, I think I could have been really, really good.
You were really, really good.
No, but
also
I can't
too,
people that do
better.
train
Also
before.
too,
That's what I mean. I think if I had training, oh my god, it'd be amazing.
also too, like that period, the rehearsal, the 2 weeks, you're not usually doing your dance. You're working through movement. You're trying things. You're not like
Oh,
choreographing
really?
a dance. You're getting
Oh.
used to like movement. So you got thrown in straight away, off
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
GMA straight to let's learn a cha-cha.
wait, you didn't start before GMA at all.
No.
Like you didn't meet. You didn't have like a couple of dance.
No.
You know, you didn't think of stuff. Yeah.
No, and the best part was already, she goes, we fly to GMA because she didn't bring any stuff. So we fly back from GMA. We have one day, and that day is filled with interviews because like there's no time to do anything.
Crazy.
Then she has to fly back home to pick clothes up. She had no clothes.
First I had to go to Boston. I was throwing out the first pitch at the Red
I
Sox.
saw that.
And I
We saw that.
I couldn't say no
Congrats.
to that. It was
Yeah.
a dream come
So
true.
she goes, "Oh, I'm
yeah.
bouncing after today," and I was like,
After GMA, I was like, sorry, Sash, gotta go to.
"No, we had one day."
Hello,
Gotta go
so you
Fenway.
you couldn't come with.
No, well, she was so busy,
Understood.
Yeah, we wouldn't even have
and
time.
I mean, granted, even like I was trying to be calm,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Oh, I miss calm.
babe, do you want to like, like if you come early, if you can come early, that'd be great. So
And I
she
did.
and you came on an earlier flight,
I did. Yeah.
and you went straight to the studio.
Yes, I went on a later flight to Boston so we could rehearse the day before. Then I went on like a 5 a.m. flight the day after to then go to Miami, pick up my stuff, then get on an early flight home.
And
to
so
practice.
and then you've just not been back home the whole season of that one suitcase.
No, I haven't been back home.
And the best is like
It's insane.
we did one day, but I only had like an hour, maybe an hour and a half max with her to test it
because
out.
then we did heart to heart.
All
we
the
had
heart to hearts and
interview- yeah.
videos. Then
Yeah.
she left for like 3-4 days, and I'm like
She's a pro dancer.
stressing.
Yeah.
I think I remember you calling me. You're like, I'm so stressed.
And then she would text me at
Chill,
like
it's
3.
okay.
She would text me at 3 a.m.
First of all, you called me the
3 a.m.
entire time I was in Boston
3
and
a.m.
Miami, and I'm like, is this what dance partners do? Call each other all the
Yes.
time?
She would call
Yes.
me at 3 a.m.
Babe, you kept calling.
drunk.
me.
I'm like,
No, I did not. That's not true.
and I'm
You-
trying, and everyone's rehearsing, everyone's doing everything, and that's when I
guys
was
are
like,
just back
hey,
to-
that's so cool. Oh my god, I'm so happy having fun. Hey, you want to come back earlier? Just maybe we could.
Babe, you kept calling me.
Calling and calling.
And calling.
What was I saying?
I don't know. You just kept asking me how Boston was. I was like, why are you calling me? I don't even know you.
I was asking. I was like, so can you like, what tricks can you do? She's like, right now, oh, I can flip this, that.
I love
It's so funny, but like it's interesting. But obviously, being in this atmosphere and kind of giving these thoughts, Dancing with the Stars, 3 months of this relationship, really, regardless of whether you have one or
Yeah.
not. It's a condensed version of a
Fast
couple
track.
of years.
Fast
Oh, yeah.
track.
It feels like because you're sitting
Yeah.
here now and like a lot of couples come out like brother and sister type, like we've been here forever.
Oh,
you know?
brother.
Not you, I'm saying in general, it's at least closeness of like
of
I know
course.
this
Absolutely.
person's
Yeah.
I know this person's
Yeah.
negatives. You know, like
Yeah.
how do you get that? How do you how crazy is that process? Because
Yeah.
when you get stuck in a room under pressure, under the lights,
You see the worst of the
Personal-
worst of that
there you go.
person. Oh, yeah.
You end up seeing.
I was gonna say,
again-
do you
I-
miss your partners? Because you guys have
I
had
do.
so many.
I
Okay.
do. I mean, I speak
There's
to
some.
Allison every
There's
day.
some.
yeah,
That's amazing.
there's
some that I
you fond
most well, yeah. There's some that I'm really fond of, and we talk, and we
Yeah.
DM each other, and
Yeah.
ask how we each other's families are and stuff like
Aw.
that. But not everyone is obviously
That's
like
so
that.
sad.
I feel like
So-
I've been lucky. Like I've kind of stayed in contact with everyone in good terms. Like I
Yeah.
spoke to Simone the other day.
That's awesome. I don't know. I feel like it's harder because I always got paired mostly with like married men, engaged men. I found it. I didn't want to cross the line of like having
course.
too much of a
Yeah.
friendship outside. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so
Yeah.
many boundaries like
Of course.
that you don't want to even lead on that press could grab onto. Do you know what I mean? So like for me it was a little bit harder in some situations to really get super close to the partner because
Yeah.
it's just not the same.
Yeah.
But I mean,
no, that
during the
makes
season,
sense.
you don't have an option because
No,
not
during the
close
season,
in that way,
Mm.
because you're constantly wanting your celebs to have a great time and have
Yeah.
the best like choreography, meaning like pattern on the dance floor to have a good time.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, baby.
You
Hi,
you out,
honey.
Billy Buster?
Hi.
Shush, don't push, don't push, don't push. Be careful, Are you
You
out?
just-
Or you just come back?
Huh?
Oh.
just came back from
You
swimming.
gotta go start
Okay.
putting on your reps, please. Okay, baby.
I love
Yo,
you.
careful with the
Careful.
tripods. Careful, baby. Don't move it.
love
you.
you. He's going to
Aw.
boxing now.
Do you wanna do this one and wrap up? Then we start with that.
And also, mommy gotta do my laundry.
Mommy gotta do my laundry.
He just said, "Mummy, you have to do my laundry." Thank you for that. I
Aw.
love you.
And I don't get to say that.
He's the funniest.
He's so cute.
I love him.
He's so
He thinks
cute.
he's being smart. Like just.
And he knows-
I've literally
he
seen.
knows-
I've
he knows
literally
what's
seen him
saying.
grow up.
Yeah, you have. What was the most like emotionally rewarding moment for each of you throughout the season? Is there a moment where you can look back on fondly and just think that was so amazing? Like it gives me chills.
Do you have one?
Is there one of those, or is it a whole dance, or
And in the same breath, in same thought,
Mm-hmm.
what was the toughest hurdle to overcome? Like, what was that moment like? Like, because there's a moment
Oh
too,
my
you
God.
know, when the
There- I
honeymoon
have one.
is over and you guys are really
Oh,
in the middle of
I'll
tough.
start with that. I'll start with that one.
So
Here
so
we go.
so the tough
Yes.
and the you know.
We'll start with the tough, and then we'll end
Okay.
on a good note. Yeah.
okay?
Rumba week
Oh no.
I loved that.
was
rumba.
hard for me. Was very hard for me because it was such a slow rumba, and every little movement I was really trying to perfect. Because at this point it was like week 6, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was like, I was really in the process. I was really trying to perfect everything, and I think we just like clashed on the way we were working through things. And so he would move on before I was ready to move on, perfecting something, and then we just had one rehearsal where
It
I
was
was
just like this.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
constant push and pull, and he wasn't giving any, and I was like, I'm done. And it
Did it run through your mind? You're like at all like, I think I'm done. Like I might quit.
No,
or-
no, I was never gonna quit. I was just done with him for a second.
Okay,
For a
okay.
second, I was just kind of like, you're not listening to me, and you're not helping me, and I need to like, I was crying. I was like so upset because I just.
What was the week? What
It was like
that?
week 6, but it
Oh,
it
that's-
wasn't really him. It was more me because emotionally I was like, I can't get it right, and like you're moving on, which is fine because you wanted to move on, but I was like, I need to get it right, and that was just when everything just crumbled, and
Crumbled.
it was.
But her
it was
crumble
such
isn't
a low
like
low. No, it was
what you
bad.
think.
Oh, I've seen crumbles.
yeah.
Like
Pete's seen crumbles.
crumbles.
Oh.
Where
I mean, I've crumbled.
I mean, but let's backtrack. Can I backtrack?
No, you can't backtrack
Okay,
yet
'cause
because
I've
this is
got
my
something good.
this is my story
Okay.
to tell. Anyways, so that was my low of low. Okay, fine. You want to backtrack? What would you like to backtrack to?
So before that day,
My
right?
crumble day.
Before the crumble day, I was
No, come. You're
calling-
gonna tell this story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, of course.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
if that's okay,
I
Jen.
I have photos. I was in bed
Photos. Oh my.
sweating, just sick, just out of no, I don't know what it was.
Virus
Shakes,
thing.
colds, like, and there was so much to do because we had 2 dances. It was
Right.
like I couldn't. There's no way I'm taking a day off. And I was just like in panic mode, like what's gonna happen? And I'm like, I would go to the toilet to pee, and I couldn't even walk. I was like freezing, like my teeth were grinding because it was that
Oh
cold.
my god.
And I woke up in the morning, got like just meds up, like
Mhm.
everything
Yeah.
she
And
told
you
me
were
to do.
fine in the morning.
I mean, I wasn't fine, but I was like, I'm ready to work.
Heavily medicated.
Yeah, ready to work.
We're good to go.
Working. Then this happens. And I'm like,
The crumble.
the crumble, and I'm
Okay.
like, let's, Jen, what's going on? Like, blah blah blah. And then she was,
I
she
was already crumbling.
she
and
was
then
already-
you made me crumble even
and
more.
then I'm like, Jen, I'm not feeling well. Please, like, what's going on? We got to keep moving, like, because there's a lot going on. She was upset. Then later on, like, why were you upset? And she's like, you called me Jen. And I'm like,
Instead of saying babe,
yeah.
there you go. Sasha.
Wait. Oh.
Okay, but listen, this
And
is
I was like-
huge.
There you go.
And I was like,
That's what happens.
that is why.
Because why would you choose to learn my name week 6? It was weird,
Becau-
Sash. It was weird. It was weird. I'm just saying.
Interesting. So you
It
went
was weird.
Jen, blah,
Because
blah,
I
blah,
was
blah,
just
blah.
sick and then
No,
I
but
would
babe,
be
you
like-
were calling me Jen the entire rehearsal.
Because I was just, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I must have been more
you
in my head
learned
because
my name week
no,
6 randomly on a day.
I must have been more in my head because I was sick. So I
You
kept
do-
being like,
you've
Jen,
been
you got to
calling
do
me
this.
babe and honey for 6 weeks. My friends came to visit me and they were like, "Does he know your name? Because he keeps calling you babe. Like he does not."
I'm
know
an
your name."
Aussie. That's what we do.
We do.
When Peter calls me
say
No,
Max,
babe.
that's
when
fine.
Peter calls me Max,
He's in so
it's-
much trouble.
it's
Th-
Right.
Yeah.
shit
Shit's
show.
about to go down.
Baby, how do you say my
Yeah.
full name?
Alexander Mikhailovich Farber.
Bam,
Damn.
Mikhailovich. She knows.
Mikhailovich.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
I don't.
But the thing is it's my thing. It's my thing as well. So I'm with you on that.
Yes.
But you do the same though. When you call me Peter.
I may have called you Peter 4 times in our relationship.
Yeah, but I know you're pissed if you call
What do
me
you
Peter.
call her? What do you
Exactly.
call her if not Peter?
Babe, it's babe. It's
Yeah,
babe.
babe.
exactly
baby.
why I was pissed that you called me Jen.
And there you go. If you
Something was wrong.
When I
she's
tell
like,
you-
Max, can you
Oh.
get this? I'm like, you're gonna
who,
Yeah.
Max
who is that?
me?
Oh yeah.
When I tell
Max,
you,
can you go get that, please?
Oh.
Like it's one of those.
You know.
when
You
I
know.
tell you, I'd be,
Chills.
I'd be like dancing, and I'm like Jen, like I would just it wouldn't click. I look at her face, and I'm like, what is have I? The camera lady was like, and then like back to me, I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
You were pissing me off. That's
See?
what was going
Look, you got to have those days. I've had many as well. Even more so, like with the guys, it's so funny that because girls kind of emotionally like crumble.
Yeah.
And it's either tears or you
Yeah.
get silent treatment or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
For guys, it's mostly from that I've experienced is if they'll need to leave the room. Like they will need to go and walk. They need to go. I need to go to the
Cool off,
restroom.
they
I
need to
need to
cool
go get
off.
water.
But there's nothing worse than mid talk and someone goes, I'm leaving, and you're like, "No, no," and they turn them back, and you're like,
Well, that's when you
I've
chase
had-
after them
I've
and
had
make them feel
those.
better.
no, because sometimes that's not the best, and like the person's like, I just need a second, and you're like,
So next time you
Yeah.
should chase after them and make them feel better. Just throwing it out there for
next
fun.
season.
For fun. Next season,
Next
if your
season.
partner
Is that
storms
is
off,
that is
you
that
chase
your
after them.
is that your thing, right? When's your
What?
birthday?
My birthday?
Yeah.
November 24th.
Maybe it's the winter thing.
The Sagittarius thing?
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh.
I'm also like I let you know that I'm upset.
Hmm. And you have to
I'm
fix it.
expecting
Yes.
Yes.
your
Yes,
Yes.
I don't.
Swift
I'm like yes,
Yeah, yes.
but
action.
see,
Swift.
I don't.
Swift
I don't
actions.
want to say I'm upset. They need to know.
I
I'm
also
upset.
don't say it. No, that's what I'm trying to say. Is
Yeah.
like when I said
Yes.
something, I'm like that was supposed to. You don't. Did you not see that?
Yeah.
I
But
was-
for me, I'm just like, fine, go. I'm going this way.
And
That's
I'm
me.
God,
like,
you were so your
Oh.
mother there.
if you told me,
So your mother.
That's what I do, and he gets even more mad.
Yes,
Because
that,
I
that
was
would
like-
make me
chased
even
him.
more mad.
well, because
Yeah.
then I may have not have started the whole thing to begin with.
Me
If I
too,
knew
I'm
you
the
weren't gonna
same way.
chase
You
me,
need to
I'd be
walk
like, you know
away and
what?
go chase me and keep walking.
I just want to say it to you. You go after me. Well, oh,
Yes.
babe, I
Yeah.
love you. Let's
Yes.
keep it moving.
Thank you.
She
He
turns it
gets me.
into 2 days of thing. Literally. But our thing is we wake up and I have a reaction and she's like, that's it. You ruined my day. And then when I hear you ruin my
that.
day because I'm already over
If
this,
there's
now I
any
want to
loud
have
noises, I'm like, okay, that's it. I need
No
to
wonder
Oh
I
my
see Max in the morning
Like-
at Sportsman's Lodge every morning.
by myself with the dog. Hachi, come on, we're going out.
Oh my
Hachi's like, I just
No,
been out. Don't worry about
no,
it. We're going out again.
sometimes, but not every time.
But that's the thing is like, in relationships, this is the craziest thing. This Dance with the Star stuff. It's like you have one with a person that you yesterday you were not her type or his type. You nothing to do with this person. And if we were to cross paths, I would be like, this is definitely not somebody I'd be interested in. And then you walk out after the experience and you're like,
Friend for
this
life.
is an amazing person.
Yeah.
And I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's exactly my type of person. How did I not know this before? It's a wild experience in that sense.
So why do you guys think you connected like so well on the dance floor?
Speaking of,
Honey?
I think
Like,
you don't have a
friends.
you don't have a
She said, "Honey?"
Alexandros Mikhailovich Farber. I don't think you have a choice though, right?
Yeah, no.
You know, like on the
yeah.
dance floor on the show, you don't have a choice. You need to like, you
You
want to
do
make
not.
sure that both have an incredible season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we connected straight away when we were in the car driving to Good Morning America. You know, we were laughing. We were, you know,
Good banter.
we had really good banter. We were running to. We were meant to get to Good Morning America, change, shower, but because everything, New York traffic, the airport, this, like, the calling. Actually, there's no time now. You've got to come straight in. So we were like, and then we get off the plane. We were at the back of the plane, so it took us forever to get off. And then our driver sees it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I parked really far away. Sorry, guys."
Oh my god, the
And
driver
we're like-
running through the airport with us.
We're
was
like, "We
so
gotta run."
funny.
He's like, "I'll run with you." I was like, "Yeah,
Aw.
obviously."
I will say though, I think work ethic is why we bonded so well on the dance floor, is because you work really hard and I work really hard at everything I do. So anything that you threw at me on the dance floor, I wanted to make sure I was doing 110%.
You
every
definitely are
time.
a very hard worker.
Yeah, so I think work ethic.
I
for
saw that
sure.
too when I popped into rehearsal one time. Like,
That's right.
I missed that. Was
With the
great.
rehearsal
I saw
part
that
was
too.
popular
So much
in
fun.
yeah, I would
She
pop
could
in
not
every now
wait
and
to
again.
get out of the house. She's like, "I'm going." I'm like, "Where are you going?" She's like, "I'm going to help Sasha. I'm going to the rehearsal." I'm like,
That
"Did he even
was-
ask you, or are you just trying to like impose yourself?" She's like, "I'm going. I don't care."
I'm
where you go."
imposing, you know.
That was fun.
No,
That
but I
was
saw that
early.
too because I remember the spins and stuff like that, and you ended up nailing everything. It was great.
I loved this season personally for me because her like of this, you know, partnership and involvement was like
You loved it so much you didn't think I was gonna win, Max.
No, she was just so,
Let's talk about that, Max.
she was so
Let's talk about how
involved.
you didn't think I was gonna win, Max.
She was so involved. I didn't
He
think
doesn't
you.
want to answer that.
You want me to answer it? What did you say? That I didn't think you were gonna win?
You were not on my team, apparently.
I was on your team. That's why I wanted to set it up and
You
know,
wished
straight.
it into fruition.
I
You
did-
said Jen's not gonna win, and look at us
No,
now. I'm
No,
kidding, I'm
listen.
kidding.
I thought
I'm kidding.
I thought that it was awesome to see you smile through some of the
Aw.
comments by whether it's, you know, the judges and now you know, it's interesting perspective. I didn't think the judges were having expectations as a dancer. I didn't see it that way. I just saw them be mean, you know. Like can I say that word?
They were
It's
a little
not a
harder,
mean
no?
it's not mean to say to criticize, of course,
Of
but
course, yeah.
with you it was like a choice. Okay, so we're gonna on them we're gonna say it. And I remember, you know, from my experience guest judging or judging other shows and you know, dance shows and overseas, I found myself being in a place too, like, you know what, there are people that I most likely won't be able to take this negative comment, and there are some that will, and I will exercise that one time
I see
a
what you're saying.
season when I'll say it, and it feels like everybody kind of chose you to have the thickest skin when it comes to this type of experience. And
I did kind of feel like that. I did kind of feel like they were really critical of me, and maybe they let other things slide with other contestants. Like, not saying that I'm perfect at all. Like, I definitely deserve to be criticized, but I definitely felt like other things were being glossed over with other people when I was maybe doing the same thing as them and whatnot. But, I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day.
Here's the thing, like, I feel like you and Allison actually were two partners that I had that the next day is when you get when you know, like, when these celebs work so hard and then they get the criticism that they don't want sometimes, the next day is so hard to build them back
Yeah.
up.
they're in
And with
pieces.
you and Allison, actually, you know, you would come in and you'd be like, nah. I mean, near the end,
Near the end, I
you
don't.
were very. It was hard,
But the
but you
beginning, I
didn't let it. She didn't let it like get in her head.
Yeah.
That's
Which is
amazing.
great.
Yeah, I've had some partners like literally go silent on me for that entire first day back.
Really?
Yep.
It's hard.
Just like, you know, just
Wow.
yeah.
I was just happy to be there.
Happy to be there.
I was just happy to be there.
But that's the thing, like, you put so much love into it. You put all the hard work. So the next day, sometimes when your celeb is like that and down, and you're like, okay, new week. We got to move on. Let's
Yeah.
go. And it's like it's hard.
It's tough.
It's hard on you guys.
Yeah.
We have some questions that are unrelated
Kids'
to
names,
to anything. You know what I'm saying?
favorite
Like,
colours.
just to go
Favorite
into like
colours.
separate conversations. Like for example, if we rated your fridge, and I understand that that is that, but I know what I'm asking. I know that your fridge,
Hachi.
your personal fridge, is far away, and you probably haven't seen it in a
My
while.
fridge is Sasha's fridge
But
now.
there you go. Now that the
I'll admit
Sasha's
that.
fridge is your fridge, what
Yes.
if we rated your fridge, was
Yes.
the one thing in there that would make us question all of your life's choices? That's the question, though.
Ooh.
Is there some
Like, what do you
Ooh.
think would be that, these items in your fridge that like?
Have you got anything in
Yeah,
the
I
fridge
hope
right
nobody
now?
sees that.
We do. Before I started
Sash didn't
using
have
his
anything,
fridge,
yeah.
he
Sash
had
didn't have
nothing.
anything, yeah.
Nothing in the fridge.
Not true.
Barbecue sauce, babe.
Barbecue sauce and waters.
Yeah,
I
not even.
like to cook fresh. Like I'll go out,
Yeah.
buy the ingredients that I need, and cook it on the spot.
Yeah,
And
but-
then like I have the essentials
No, you
that's-
don't. You had barbecue sauce.
from Australia. Granted, that's
It's-
already a
it's
cancellation
Masters,
of
right?
most
Masters.
Yeah.
That's great, but like no other condiments were in there. Vegetables, salads, meats.
So have you
Nothing.
fully
Not
stocked
true.
his fridge now? Are you
Now it's fully
getting that?
stocked. There's a lot of food in there. If you ever need to eat anything, come on over.
Great.
She doesn't like to throw things out.
I hate it. I hate being wasteful.
Meaning
That's
like
what the freezer's for. Once the time in the fridge is done and you
Ah.
can't eat it in time, you move it to the freezer.
oh, there's like things growing.
Why are you looking at me? You like that?
Peter is a champion thrower outer of
Oh.
things.
Oh, if it's getting to that like third day meat in the fridge.
She got a bagel from
going out.
Yeasty.
Oh,
Yeasty
yeah.
so
bagels.
No, I
amazing.
love that.
4 days ago. She took like she ate it or something. Or
I-
5 days ago
I had a
in the
bite.
fridge. Still in the fridge.
What, babe?
Yeah.
Well, that should probably be thrown out.
Oh,
should
that
probably-
with a
Or
that's
I
just the
should've
beginning.
I should have eaten that.
Maybe
But also,
okay.
like, it
A
would be
month ago.
soggy,
A
the
month
bread would
ago.
be-
I
A
would've
month
eaten it.
I
ago.
didn't know how this question.
A month ago. A month ago. I bought bread from Air One. She sliced it.
No, honey, I bought. First of all, get the bread right if you're gonna tell the story. I bought bread from the farmers market
Oh,
about
yes,
a month
farmers
ago. It's
market.
olive bread. There's olive
Love.
inside. It's delicious.
I love
Delicious.
sourdough.
Yes.
Hell
So
yeah.
we cut some up for dinner one night, and then we didn't finish the loaf, and we were gonna have carbs for a while, so I put it in the freezer.
A
And
month
things
ago.
can
Still
last
there.
in the
Oh,
freezer
no,
for
bread
up to
can
3
last
months.
for a long time, babe.
Thank you. What
in
is
the
point
freezer,
of
bread
throwing
is
it
fine.
out?
It's
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you clashed?
farmers
in your,
market every week.
Have you
Yes,
clashed
but-
in your dietary likes and dislikes,
No.
or are you both?
No, we're
You're right.
easy.
Yeah.
We're easy, except I'm easy, but
I was
What's
gonna say
what's your favorite place to go for dinner right now, or like
Outside of-
lunch, or like
outside of that.
somewhere?
sushi. We get sushi a lot.
Yeah.
I
I love
mean,
sushi.
Olive Grill. I love Olive Grill.
you should
Good
be
old
part
Olive
owner at this
Grill.
point.
Oh, feels good.
Yeah.
Black Market.
Black Market.
I
Love
haven't
Black
been
Market.
there.
What?
What?
James owns that. A buddy of mine.
What's
He
Black
loves it
Market?
there.
You
We should-
haven't
we should
taken me
go.
there.
No.
There's amazing oysters, great steak. It's across
Really
the street
good.
from.
It's vibey. It's chill too. It's casual.
It's next to Tavern.
It's really
across
good.
the street from Tavern.
It's good.
Okay. And do we still like Boulevard Steak? Because I didn't have the best.
Okay, so
didn't
I
love
didn't
it.
either, but for
It's
her
in the-
birthday, I thought
Yeah.
it was good.
It was
The
beautiful.
steak's
baby.
really bad. The seafood's good.
But isn't that it's Boulevard Steak?
I know.
Is it a chain?
There's a few.
I don't know. I thought it was just going to be like this.
We should
hyped up-
hit that one day.
I think it was overhyped.
We should.
I
I think it was.
overhyped.
It was like a vibe in there, which was great. And then
Yeah.
when the meal came out, I was like, wah, wah.
I kind of felt the same way. Sorry,
Yeah.
honey.
What else?
Great, beautiful meal though.
Have you ever collected anything bizarre?
Me, shot glasses, but not really bizarre.
Shot glasses.
I collect a shot glass every time I travel somewhere.
Oh,
so
so
I have
it's like a travel thing.
yeah, I have a
you do.
travel collection.
Any, or does it have to have where you're staying or
it
something?
has to have where I'm staying in it.
Gotcha.
I used to bring. I
yeah.
used to bring bells from my grandma actually.
That's cute.
I used to
Everywhere
collect
I used
spoons.
I used to trust spoons.
That's cute.
Yeah, you know, like spoons with like the end is, I don't know, like
Some-
Belgium on
something.
the end or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
on the
I
end.
did
you
the
know,
same thing with
I like
bells,
that.
and my grandma now has
That's
like
really
like a
Wow.
cupboard full of these bells. But I'm a professional hoarder.
You,
Clearly.
really?
Well, this is nothing, babe.
What
This
else do you?
is-
What, does
Babe,
he
I
hoard
have 2 more storage units of clothes and shoes.
Babe,
that you're never gonna touch?
out of control.
I've touched them all, and I put them back in storage.
He still has all of his like
I tried.
Versace, Gucci see-through shirts,
Oh
I mean,
netting
Th-
shirts.
They're right.
God.
They're right there.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh my
Wow. Look at
God.
that.
yeah. Look at the one on the end. Look at that
Oh,
bad boy.
I like this one.
Well,
Look
yeah,
at that bad boy.
It's embroidered. I mean,
That's
listen,
nice.
I went through stuff. We
Versace
gotta-
mwah, at its best. Though.
Let me ask
Wow.
you, Ouchie. Can I ask you one favor? When you walk out when you're walking down the hallway on the left hand side, there's gonna be thermostat. Peter is out of her mind. Can you just turn it somewhere where it's not so freezing? Is that okay? 'Cause
Oh, I'm loving it. It's because you're in
yeah.
a t-shirt.
Yeah,
Are you
my-
guys cold?
Oh, this
My-
is the fight that we have every day.
my toe's about to fall off.
Are you cold? Who's
I'm
cold?
actually perfectly fine, but I'm in a
Mate, she
sweater,
turns the
so.
thermostat. It's a sauna.
Okay, she's
I'm
she's
gonna kill
turn,
you
turn it up
because
afterwards.
Your thermostat sets itself to 76.
Thank you.
You do it yourself.
76 is hot.
But no,
Boiling.
but it turns it
You
by
like
itself.
it?
You have no. He has some kind of like weird like timer on it where it just turns to 76.
How many-
I never turn it there. I go to 72 and I keep it there.
How many times have you gone to sauna?
To the sauna?
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah, she's not a sauna girl.
Okay.
huge sauna girl.
Interesting. You have to try our sauna too. Just one time.
It looks great. I'm down.
We
should.
haven't had a sauna party.
We have to have
We
a
have to
sauna
do a
party.
This
barbecue
is very.
sauna
Is this like a
party.
dancer thing? I've never heard of sauna parties until I got here.
It's a
And
party
It's
in
a
the
sauna
Yeah.
party, babe.
It seems kind of.
We're not
Yes.
gonna have him with us, but Shai is now into sauna. Like,
Yeah?
I can't stop
Babe,
him.
and
Yeah.
he jumps in the freezing pool.
And he jumps in
Really?
the freezing.
It's
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's amazing. That's so good for him.
It
and,
is
and
really
I
good
and
for
I
you.
didn't have to do it. I mean, we did have we're gonna go, and then he kind of stopped, and I kind of pushed
Oh.
him in, and he had this shocking reaction, and then he couldn't stop going in by
Really?
himself. I was like, Shai, we gotta.
He always have like he had like this euphoric moment where he came back
loves
into
it.
the sauna like jittering like this, and then he just couldn't stop talking. It was like he was high, like
It kind of wakes you up.
Yeah.
it
Gives you a
was-
rush.
Yeah, it
for a
was
7-year-old
so
who's
funny.
active to begin with.
Oh, he doesn't.
I was
need
like,
any more
calm down, okay. Um,
than-
okay. What did 10-year-old you want to be when you grew up, and how far off the mark do you think you've landed? Like, did you want to be a nurse?
Mm-mm.
No.
A teacher. I wanted to be a teacher.
What grade?
I didn't know. I just
Yeah.
thought teaching was cool. I used to like make little. I used to make my own exams and print them out and give them to the kids at school. I was a nerd. I was such a nerd.
Oh,
And
wow.
then I would grade them and give them back to them.
Oh my God, babe, this is what it's like to have kids, to have girls' kids.
Oh my god, I love that. I was
Yeah,
not that.
I think we're going straight down the path of like there'll be a bonfire in the backyard with the 3 boys that we're raising. Like
Yeah.
this one was, oh, let me make up quiz for kids.
I was such a nerd. I
awesome,
was
though.
such a nerd. What did you want to be?
At 10, I probably wanted to be. I didn't dance then, so I wanted to be like a ninja.
You didn't dance.
Did
at
you
10?
do any
Wait, really?
tumbling, gymnastics, and all that stuff? Like because
But I thought I
throughout-
was a ninja, so I I would teach myself. Yeah, I'll never forget.
Teach yourself
There
what?
was like flips and stuff. I never forget. I thought I was a ninja. Legit. I would like get.
Stop.
Oh
You
yeah, I
sound like
loved
you
martial
still
arts.
do.
I
Is
You
loved
that,
got a
is that why
photo?
you were? I think you were one of the few, not few, but you were the one of the few that was like fascinated with Cobra Kai, right?
Oh,
when it
yeah.
came out?
Oh, that's
Of
right.
course.
Did you
Yeah.
get to? Were you on the show when
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio was on?
No,
Or you didn't
no,
make
that's
it?
before my time.
You would have been.
Oh my god, that would have been
Yeah, I was there then.
You were there
I was there.
I was there for Cobra Kai.
when the,
the
series
Brit-
started coming
Brits.
out. Oh, and he was on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right.
But I also like Eric Roberts. You know,
Right.
best of the best. Like I would watch all his martial arts movies in Russia. But I'll never forget. In Australia, there was this like little thing where like Russian grandmas would sit there and they'd have their like seats and they would discuss what's going on and look on the street. And I would always like I used to love climbing trees.
They didn't. You guys didn't even register. Like
It's
all
like
of
these
the
little, like-
quintessential
Yeah.
moms, grandmas get together and they sit on porches and they eat the sunflower
Pumpkin or
seeds.
something.
Yeah, sunflower seeds.
Pumpkin seeds sometimes. And it was just like that would
Aw.
be that neighborhood shit talk.
And I would love jumping from high places because I would see like all
Like
the
parkour?
I would like jump and like land and roll out of things. And I would also love to climb trees. So
Look at you just.
I saw these 2 grandmas and I was like, ninjas are really quiet. So I was like, I'm going to climb this tree.
Oh
Why
my
do you
So
God.
remember
I
that?
had like a stick and I would like run, climb up this tree, climb. And I got up pretty high. And I've never been winded in my life. And
Oh,
I grabbed a
no.
branch and pushed up and it broke.
Oh no.
Oh.
And I fell back on my like back,
That's
not lower
awful.
back.
Well,
Yeah.
no.
And these grandmas themselves because the things because I landed behind them, and as I landed, it was loud, and then they went like ooh, ooh, and they turn around and they look at me, but because I was winded and have never happened to me before, I couldn't talk.
Oh.
I
No,
couldn't
you can't
breathe.
talk when you're
Oh.
winded.
So
Yeah.
they're looking at me and I'm going. They see you later. Never saw them again.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
it was so scary.
But
Did you
wait,
get
what
help or
happened?
did
Did
they
they
run
help
away?
you?
I don't remember. I ran
Aw.
because I was like, what is this? I ran when no one could see me and I was on my hands and knees trying to breathe and I couldn't. And it was like until you push it because you're going.
Why
And I was like this to them and they're like just.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they were doing, but I just remember I scared the shit out of them. But I ran around my house and it took like a good 30 seconds until I could breathe again.
Some
Yeah.
of this explains. a
No,
lot,
because I
Sasha.
fell off the
Ah,
monkey
yeah.
bars.
I was gonna say.
And I remember that feeling. It's like you're stabbed in the back. through
Yeah.
your
You
lungs.
just
and
couldn't
you're trying
breathe.
to breathe.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
it
Why
flat
do
on
I
my
feel
back.
like this happened yesterday?
What's one thing in your daily routine, and I mean like the one that you probably do, daily that you do not want anyone to know about?
But we're going to talk
But
about
we're
it
gonna ask
on
you
I
that
take
question.
the
I take a
podcast.
30-minute hour every morning.
Say that again.
Sorry?
Every
Sorry?
morning.
Every morning, I take at least a 30-minute to an hour-long.
So why is that?
That's
it's
hey,
not-
if
why
you
is that
if this
not okay when I
podcast
do
takes off, that's gonna be a headline.
Why is it not okay when I do it? Is the
I'm
question.
I'm just composing
So you do
myself
too.
because
Oh,
Composing.
perfect.
What do you mean do it too? This is the sign of number one, incredible digestion.
Yes, yes.
Number two,
routine
you just
digestion.
routine.
I love that
Every
you're
day.
so honest about
I
it.
Let it
I
know.
okay.
think we should be more open
okay.
about our schedules.
Okay,
honestly.
you think you would go into the bathroom for 30-40 minutes and do a if you didn't have your phone?
Yes.
You would just sit there, stare at the wall.
No,
No,
we wouldn't.
this
We
is
wouldn't.
terrible. I
You
take a
you're
book.
on your phone.
I would take a book.
Okay. Yes. Thank
I
you.
would- I would
a
make some
newspaper,
notes.
A crossword
A newspaper. What are we in?
puzzle.
Like you would
Guys,
sit
I
there
don't-
like this. Would you have a cigarette?
How do you do it? You just sit down,
Just
It's
ash
just
through the
force
legs.
it out, and then you
look,
get
I
up,
need
and that's
time
it. You done?
for the to feel safe.
Wow.
Oh my God, I
Wow.
love
It
you.
has to
I'm
feel
not about
safe.
that specifically.
I
but
love you. for saying
And then,
this.
and then sometimes there's a second round. And I want to sit there for the second round.
Ooh. I don't know. Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
What
don't
are
have a
you
second
eating?
round?
I never got to second
What are
round.
you
never
eating?
have a second
in one
round?
sit. What happens with me is that
Really?
that
He
nowadays
has, you have like
especially-
6 rounds in one.
No, two. Rio wakes up between 5:50 and 6:20, and before I would just jump up and run, and then immediately as soon as he's up, you got to change him, then you got to give him a bottle, and then I have to do it in a way that doesn't wake up the whole house. I found it to be extremely difficult because the first thing I have to do is run up, pick him up, do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't work for me because then I would have to like try to
Find somewhere to poop,
tie him down
like-
to a chair or something,
Right.
and then go and poop so
Yes.
he can't walk around. It's horrible. I don't know
Right.
how single mothers do it at all, ever.
No.
And so what I found is now he's waking up.
Well,
I
you put them there while they're pooping.
immediately
They take them in with them.
where do you take him in with?
You sit him down with you, and you have
I
to
can't.
poop.
I
That's
can't.
what
He's
they
gonna
have
look
to
at
do.
me,
Wow.
and then we have this
Wow.
forever. You
Forever
know.
I mean, if
connection.
there's anyone in this world that has a poop story, right here.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
That is the
The
most
screen.
epic story I've ever heard.
You have a poop story.
Oh my
Peta.
god, it's beyond
Sorry.
story.
Pia.
it's the worst.
It's-
I'm gonna
it's-
cry.
You
The
yourself.
worst.
Oh,
No, I've never.
and more.
I've never myself in my adult life.
Okay.
This was more water.
Diarrhea?
Oh, yeah.
You diarrheaed yourself.
This
you
is
know
the
what?
best
Why don't
story.
you go? Why don't you go with that? But just make it bang. how
End
would
with a
you-
big bang.
How would you make it? Oh my God, the whole thing is a
guys,
bang, babe.
I have chills thinking about it.
She had
um,
PTSD.
Do I really? Okay. It was pandemic, like the height of the pandemic.
Mm,
2020.
Yeah, we had
And
nothing
we
to
were
do.
living near
yeah.
Sash,
Yep.
okay.
and we were just like, we got to get Shy out of the house. Let's go to the beach. We're going to go to Malibu.
God.
Like, it's going to be amazing. The night before, though, I had one of those pooping teas, right?
Oh.
I just wanted to clear my
You are
system.
not allowed
like,
those.
Like the usual
Yo,
pooping tea.
we should not. Don't
Which-
mess with
No,
those.
no,
You and
no,
I
no.
should not
We're
have
regular.
those.
But
no,
what
we're
I
good.
did by accident was I let it steep for like over 4 hours.
No.
Usually I don't do that. I just forgot about it, and then before bed I just chugged it. I was like, oh yeah,
It's one of those like
Chugged it, went
highly
to sleep.
concentrated.
They're
she
the
created.
worst.
Yeah. It's natural, but
It's
Right.
natural, all right.
Oh yeah, there's nothing natural about the.
so we jumped in the car, we loaded up the car, got the sand toys and
And
everything.
you forgot that you took it too. You,
Yeah,
you were like,
I forgot, and usually,
Yeah.
you'd go to the toilet in the morning. Anyway, that didn't happen. So we jumped in the car, started riding,
holy
and
Literally.
We went all the
we-
way to what we end up living. So
we
it's
went all
Point
the
Doom.
way
So
to,
it's
like,
about an
yeah.
hour. Yeah.
Point Doom area, Zuma Beach. And at that stage, the beaches were kind of blocked off. So Max went to Max drove us to like this private beach area. You couldn't even park on the side of the road. There was security patrolling the Malibu
Yeah,
roads.
yeah.
Like you
Okay.
cannot park here. So I dropped them off. I was like, well, you guys go. You take Shy down to the beach, walk down the stairs to the private beach, and like I'll just drive around and call me when you're done. There was hardly any reception for me. AT&T sucks in Malibu, right? So I get driving.
There's no reception. I
I'm
remember
driving
that.
around the beautiful like $20 million homes,
Yeah.
just going around, and I'm starting to feel something. Something's happening.
Something's happening.
Something's gurgling
know
down
that
there. I'm like,
feeling.
it's starting, and I was like,
Something's brewing.
something's brewing,
Oh,
and I'm like,
brewed all right.
oh, that's right. I took the tea, and I was like, I tried to call him. I couldn't get hold of him. I'm like, I've got to find a restroom. Okay, I got to go out. So I went out and drove out to PCH, and by the time I got onto PCH, I was fully in a panic. I had gone white. I had started sweating. There's nothing open. No restaurants, no
'Cause
cafes.
it's COVID.
It's
You won't-
COVID.
Oh
so
my
Everything's shut
nothing
down.
open. Everything's shut.
Oh my god.
There's-
The only thing that exists is a gas station where she came in
76 gas
begging.
No,
and
I'm telling you, I ran the red light.
Oh.
I drove around. I was on one leg driving like this.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Oh.
no,
Severe.
I'm being deadly serious. I was like, I'm gonna go right here in 76. I'm gonna go in the seat. Like I
I would have
no other
gotten
choice.
in a bush 15 times by then already.
Oh.
I got out of the car. I walked in with a limp, and I was just like, ma'am, I really need to use the bathroom. Please let me in. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I cannot let you into the toilet. It's all closed. I was tearing up. I teared up. I had tears rolling. I get back in the car. I'm like, I call him in a panic. I said, I'm going to in the car. What am I going to do?
never
He's
gotten
like,
a
pull
call
over,
like that.
pull over. I'm like, there's cars racing past on PCH. There's people
I'm
walking
also
on PCH.
laughing. I don't think she's serious. I'm like,
he
babe,
doesn't
why
know
wouldn't you?
the
Right.
severity of
Right,
it.
Why wouldn't you already poop? First
He's
of all,
like, open two car doors, go in the center of it. But there's room.
There's room
after
what?
the car door,
Somebody's
people
gonna-
are gonna see your butt
Yeah.
Where?
and you squatting
Well,
like
that's the
this.
thing.
On
On
PCH when they
PCH,
pass
yeah,
by?
no, they'll see it. They'll
Everyone
see it.
will see
yeah,
it.
from
for
where?
sure.
I'm talking about you park on the side, you open two doors, you sit in between. Nobody can see you. You talking
Except the
about from over
surface.
there.
I mean,
Except the
No,
people
no,
on the
up,
beach.
up against on the other side. Anyway,
Anyway.
get to it. Then
Where
I
did you? I need to know.
I
tell her.
went to basically where we used to live, and I pulled around, and there's like this big, beautiful house with this green hedge.
Gorgeous
I was like,
house.
I gotta go right now. I parked the car on the side. There was
Peter.
people behind me.
She
It
did
was,
not go in the bushes.
You parked the car
I
on a
looked-
neighborhood street.
Just watch. Just,
No, on PCH.
Oh.
On a
PCH is like the
Yes,
main
yes,
road.
highway.
yeah, the
She
highway,
didn't
yeah.
park. She
I
just
look
stopped.
at the back of the car and I'm like, what can I go in? There was nothing but Shy's school bag.
Go ahead.
And guess what? Shy's school bag had wipes in there. So I was
Bam.
like,
She's
perfect.
like,
oh
It's like
my
you
God.
planned
So
it.
I got it, got back into the front seat, and I had to, put it down. Anyway, there wasn't enough room because my head would hit the ceiling. So I'm like, I got to get in the back of the car. So I
Bam.
got into the back of the car. Babe, it was bad.
it has been detailed since then
It
a
has
couple
been
times.
majorly
But
detailed.
what happened?
So I
But there
filled
were
up the school
wipes.
bag.
Filled up the school bag.
All
she
the way-
filled up the school bag.
Babe, it was so bad.
Did you
I
zip
was
it
in
up
pain.
after the fact?
I zipped it
Were you
up,
bleeding?
but it was leaking.
And did what?
I wound down the window and I threw it out the window into the hedges.
The hedges.
The hedges got
And splat,
splattered.
splat?
It splattered everywhere.
Did
And
you
then I
feel
looked down
sudden
and
release?
the school bag had Shy's name on it.
It says big letter Shy.
And I'm like,
As
oh
a
my
matter of
God.
fact, someone's gonna listen to it. They'll recognize it.
And
but
they'll
there were-
be like, that
there
was
were-
my bush.
There were
So this might not air, but
there were a lot of no. This will air. But the Shy school bag is that there were a lot of items that we got when Shai was about a year old.
Oh.
We were on
Yeah.
a tour, MVP tour, 2018, and we had fans come and bring these gorgeous things, and we had the
Oh,
back of the bus was
gosh.
filled by the time we were over. With those things, so that was one of those items. The Shai school bag said Shai on it. It was gorgeous. Anyway,
I will never
She
ever
gets
forget
me.
the pain and the panic on my
Wow.
face. Like I couldn't believe what I was doing, but there was no other
No other
choice.
option. I would have done the same thing.
Like,
And
and I
then-
wiped, and
Yeah,
then I had
and
called it
then-
a day, and I drove back to him so pissed. I
See,
was
and
white
then-
as
and
a
then
ghost,
quit, yeah.
crying,
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
God.
"You're not picking up your freaking phone.
I
What's
was so
wrong
like,
with
I was like, I
you?"
can't believe it.
was-
We were walking. We did art with Shai. We did some.
Oh
we
my
swam a little bit. We went back up,
God.
and I'm like,
Anyway.
she missed everything.
Wow.
Anyway, but that call was absurd because she called me. She's like, I have to. And I was like, haha. I mean, haha.
This is the
Okay,
best
that
story
was
Is this
so
ever.
funny?
mad. I was
She
so
got. She
mad.
was mad at me for laughing at her. I
Yeah.
had no idea it wasn't a funny. It wasn't funny.
Right.
But the ending
Right.
of it is hilarious. So I get in the car. We already talked about this. She's like livid.
smell
She's
it?
purple. She's
Oh,
like.
purple.
I now realize that she's gone through something. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm
She's
like,
gone
just
through
for giggles. Also because it says Shy on it. Why don't I? Can you just get us to where the seat of the crime?
You went
so
back?
she's like, it's right there, and pulled over like 30 yards forward. So I had to walk back.
There's,
I
like,
get out
cop
of the
cars,
car. She's
yellow
like, don't
tape.
go. I get out of the car. I take 1, 2, 3, 5 steps, and I get like
Oh.
the whiff of something.
Oh,
that-
stop this conversation now. It's
And
My
then
disgusting.
I never
God.
got to see it, but then we ended up moving into the neighborhood, and I did frequent past the hedges.
Oh.
We
Never
pass those
forgot the
hedges
story.
every single day.
Every day.
Wow.
Anyway, that's my story. It's disgusting, and I'm highly embarrassed.
I love you so much more now.
She
I-
was.
you're
That
just
deserves a
like-
round of
You're
applause.
just like the
Freaking
rest of
out.
us, Peta.
I know.
You're just like the rest of us in a school bag.
Shai's like, "Where's my school bag, Mum?" I'm like, "I'll get you another one."
You
I don't
need
know. The
that
dog
one.
ate it.
I can't wait for you to tell
That is
Shy.
amazing. You haven't told
this story
Shy?
when he's old
Oh
enough.
my God, no!
Oh
Can you
my-
imagine mummy in your school bag?
What do you mean?
Like,
This is
is
it
this-
right here. This
This
is
is it.
getting
You gotta
documented.
sit him
Ah,
down
it's
and
gonna
he's
be
gonna
amazing.
watch this.
Oh, guys,
That is amazing. That's a beautiful story, honestly.
Jen, it's not a beautiful
amazing.
story. It's a disgusting story.
All right. What else do we have?
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine I did that in your Porsche?
Oh my God.
He'd kill me.
4:59. Let's do
Yeah.
one more to wrap it up.
You go.
I would do the hood.
The
Oh,
hood?
wait.
That would be the safest.
So what's
place.
next for you guys? What's next for you, Jen?
Hmm.
First.
I'm going
first
to
you.
Boston for the holidays.
Okay.
You just love Boston.
I love Boston so much, and then I'm gonna go back to school in March, back to Miami.
Oh, and then okay.
Yeah.
How long, first of
A
all,
year.
how long do we have, and what's going on?
A year left for school.
For school,
for physician assistant school
and it's gonna be in Miami or
in
virtually.
Miami. I can't move it because it's a master's program, and you have to be in person for a lot of it
Right.
because you're in the hospital, you're working with patients. So I'll be in Miami for the next year.
So what does
Yeah,
that mean
so
for you,
do we
son?
come visit?
Bye.
Yeah, come visit.
I love Miami. I'm coming.
Yeah,
to
Pete
visit.
Peter is a
Sure.
Miami
I love
Really?
Miami.
in,
So
in
good.
lover. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Come hang.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
What about you, Sash? What you got lined up for the holidays and after?
I've got a few. Well, I'm booked from January till July.
Conventions?
Conventions, and then I
Nice.
just got a nice little text to confirm something fun happening in March.
Oh, what's the
Oh
fun
my
thing?
God, what's the fun
Do
thing?
tell.
No, I can't. I can't.
Did you just buy a house
Don't
in
do it.
Miami?
Don't do it.
Crazy. That's so crazy.
So crazy.
But yeah, so that's gonna be. I can't wait to dance again. I miss dancing. I miss like choreographing.
I miss dancing.
Wait, we forgot to talk about, babe. You were in the top 30 of females in the variety. What is it, the variety?
Reality TV.
Yeah,
Nothing crazy.
that's
Top
pretty
30,
big.
nice.
Top 30
Yeah.
Look at
by
you.
variety.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Baby, congrats.
That's a really
Thank
great
you.
accomplishment.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. It was surprising to me as well. I found out this morning. Phaedra's on there too.
Wow.
Phaedra is my boo.
Yes, I
Phaedra's
We
love
love
her.
cute.
Phaedra.
I love her.
How
She's
does all that
awesome.
feel? And we could probably wrap up with
I
this.
don't
Like
know.
it is about you.
It's life
You know,
changing, babe.
we
It
try
really
to
is a 180.
touch
It
on
is.
everything, but
It
it's
is
about
crazy.
you. Like all of us are here because
I know.
you did something, and now you're here. You know. And how does that feel? Isn't that crazy?
It is really crazy. I just I mean, life.
Do you look back and think like, what the heck did I do? Or are you so enjoying everything?
I'm just
right
enjoying.
now?
I don't think I've had a second for it to hit yet. For me to realize how crazy my life is compared to a year ago. Like, I'm so grateful every day, but I don't think I've fully like got like the shock factor of like how crazy my life really is now. But I'm just
so when the show
present.
comes up and or your team gets a call, and what can derail the master's degree or put it back?
Nothing at this point.
No,
Really?
call.
Because I've already pushed it back so many times because. You know,
What if they're like, we want you to host a massive show?
No, that can wait. Those kinds of things come, I think.
Oh, you can get
So
a degree.
really, you are.
But I feel like you gotta strike while the iron's hot, and you're hot right now, baby.
You have no.
I'm scared to say
Did
Jen.
you call me
I'm
hot?
scared to say
so hot
Jen.
right now,
Do
baby.
you have?
If I would have said you're hot, Jen, I would have got a filthy.
No,
Do you
that
have
day.
interest in Hollywood?
I think there's a lot of opportunities here. Hosting, acting, modeling. I would love to do those things. I think those things are so fun and exciting. I just think that I want my degree.
Yeah, first and foremost.
First and foremost, I want my degree because I also think this world can be a little bit unpredictable.
100%.
And I'm a very logical person, and I feel like I've already thrown all my wishes in a well this whole year. It's been really amazing, but I think I just need to finish the degree, and this will be here waiting too for me.
It will.
If I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can do a little bit of both in the meantime. And
Sasha will be here waiting as well.
Yeah.
Here,
Just
in the
sitting-
closet? Yeah, just wait.
Yeah.
You guys lock me in here?
Yeah.
You'll
You'll
let
be
him
here for
out
the
in a
next
year.
Pretty
year.
big, actually. It's bigger than my
Yeah.
room. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'm just such a logical person. I need to have a backup plan, and I need to follow my passion for medicine, see it out, see what happens, come back here if I need to. I think that's where my life is headed right now.
Love that plan.
Well,
Love
good for
that.
you for
Yeah.
being so on it. Not a lot of people, when they get a taste of this world and everything that it has to offer, are so still willing to go through the steps that they've, preset themselves.
I think it all comes down to what makes you fulfilled at the end of the day. And for me, it's helping other people. And I think in this capacity, there are things that you can do to help other people, but medicine is just something I'm so passionate about. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't feel fulfilled. And to me, life is about living it. You gotta live a life worth living, and to me, something worth living is like being fulfilled, and just like making money and whatever. That's great and all, but it's not gonna fulfill me.
Well, the fact that your fulfillment, self-fulfillment especially, is rooted in helping others, that's amazing, and that's great that you at your I get to say it because I am 40 5. At your mid-20s, you've already superseded where I personally was in my mid-20s. So congratulations and everything.
Thanks.
I don't mean to be the one shutting it down, but if you want this is a great
Both of
way
you,
to
congratulations on an
to-
incredible season.
both of you. Congrats, Sasha.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for
Congratulations.
having us in your
welcome.
closet.
Congratulations.
So welcome. I hope it was cozy.
It is
Very cozy. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
We should have worn our pajamas.
I
Oh,
mean, that
yeah.
should be in the brief. Now.
I
That should be
agree.
in the brief.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
put it in the
go
brief.
with that. Yeah, I'm gonna
pajamas.
send
And
out
then
a
like
brief
serve
in
like
pajamas.
In-N-Out burger or something, so we're just like
No,
eating.
eating on camera is never attractive.
There you go, Sasha. Come
No
on,
one
we
wants
have
to hear
so
you
much
munch
to
on
learn.
food.
So much.
Yeah.
She's the brains.
Thank you. I know.
All right, thank you
Alright,
guys
cool.
for
Thanks,
coming.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Yay.
you.
Yay.
Yay, that was fun.
Ta-da.